Yo, what's going guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm not sure, well I wasn't sure for a good day or two if I wanted to make this video, but I feel like I need to, because I was debating whether I go all out and expose Mythical for fabricating literally everything. Well, no, maybe not everything, I'll take that back, but some of the stuff he said to me was completely manipulated and is so different from the actual story. It's kind of funny. So pretty much before this video starts, I just want to make one thing clear, and the video I'm talking, like, this video is going to be facts. I'm not going to lie. I haven't got, like, realistically, like, this guy literally said that I twisted the topic of suicide and that it's 100% true, so surely if by that logic I've got nothing to lose here. So I'm just going to be 100% honest, and I've got screenshots, I've got everything I need to explain what I'm talking about. So before the video actually starts, I just want to make it clear that I'm not specifically trying to end Mythical's channel. I'm not trying to ruin his rep, and I'm definitely not trying to start drama, because I'm done with Mythical. He's just a little rat, honestly. So pretty much, I'm also not going to tell you to unsub from him if you're sub to him. I'm not trying to play an Uno reverse card, although as a joke I think I've said it a few times, but I feel like I just want to make it clear that, you know, Jesus Christ, I'm going to get very emotional this video. I think I've said to Reese, I've said to Kieran, or Kiers, that I don't think I can make this video without getting emotional, because it's got to that point. So basically, I think the one thing I will say is this video is very powerful, and when you hear my perspective, you might see Mythical the same way I do. And like I said, this isn't trying to create drama, although I cannot physically defend myself without exposing Mythical for lying and being manipulative. So, Mythical made a video on 4 different people. Those people included someone called HitEnter or Witten, MVP Tsunami, MVP Kiers, and yours truly, MvPElliot. Now I'm mainly going to speak about the stuff he said about me in his video, but there was one part of the video when he was talking about Tsunami that really annoyed me. Basically, Tsunami found Mythical in a sub for sub live stream, which by the way is what people do to gain easy subs and free. Literally, you go in there and you just be like, right, sub, and then once people sub, they'll say you're subbed, you meant to go back and sub to them. Right, Mythical was found in not one, but 2 of them. And yeah, Tsunami took a screen recording of it, of Mythical in the stream, and in the screen recording you quite clearly see Tsunami tapping on Mythical's, like, the comment, clicking or tapping go to channel, and it coming up with Mythical's channel. But in Mythical's video, where he tried to claim that Adam fabricated all of this, he showed screenshots, not the recording, screenshots. Now this is manipulation at its finest. I have access to the screen recording, but basically what Mythical has done is show how Adam apparently faked it when he's literally proving a point that's not even relevant to the actual, just like the point that Adam tried to make on Twitter. Basically, Adam posted the screen recording on Twitter and added Mythical and said, look what I found. Anyways, I'm going to show you the entire screen recording now, and I'm going to explain how it's not fake. So as you can see, I've shown you from start to finish the screen recording, and you can quite clearly see Mythical's channel comes up. Now, Mythical still denies all of this and claims we have no proof when we quite clearly do. Mythical, you're fighting a losing battle. We have proof, you've just got to own up to it now. And what makes it funny is he's trying to prove our evidence to be fake by showing examples of a completely irrelevant point, like I just said. Like, how manipulative can someone be? Anyways, there is no way this could be fake. Like, genuinely, in the screen recording, you quite clearly see Adam pressing start on the screen recording, and you can quite clearly see him pressing stop. It's not edited or anything. Literally, that video is like done, it just saves your camera. This was done on an iPad. Yeah, and Adam edits on like Share Factory, and he hasn't actually got the ability to get his video on Share Factory. So for Mythical to Mythical could quite easily say, "Oh, he should edit it." He doesn't edit on an iPad. For God's sakes. So I don't know. Like, if Adam's screen recording is fake, how the fuck does it come up with a YouTube channel called Mythical with the same profile picture, the same banner, and not to mention the same sub count, over 1,000 subs, and the same recent uploads with the same views? It also has the same bio and like same related video. Like when you click on the channel, when you click on his channel, it comes up with his intro, I think, or maybe his recent. I don't know. He might have changed it, but yeah. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows this, and it's kind of like you just need to grow up and admit it. You can't win every argument. There are things that I think I've owned up to in the past, and I feel like I've grown up a lot to it, and maybe you might grow up if you actually start admitting it. I mean, one of those things was when I used to do sub for sub streams. I've deleted all of them, and thank fuck that the YouTube purge in December, which was like a month after I did all the sub for sub streams, they all got removed anyway. And that's good. I'm proud of that. And, well, not proud of doing it, but I'm proud of YouTube for actually giving me karma, because I really regret doing them. But what makes this funny is back in January, in Mythical's first ever podcast, which he spoke about the drama I had back in January, he said that sub for sub was stupid and that I'm a fucking idiot for doing it, as it's a dumb way to grow. So by your logic, you're stupid as fuck, Mythical. And it makes you even more of a dumbass because you did it 5 months after you slated me for doing it. Anyways, enough of what he said about Adam. I want to get into the points he made on me and address them honestly. However, once again, this video is simply me clearing my name. I'm not trying to cause drama, but like I said, I'm still going to expose Mythical for some stupid and fucked up shit later in the video that he cannot run away from. So, let me remind you that Mythical's video is called The Truth, meaning everything he says in the video is true, and it implies that Mythical isn't lying, being false, or fabricating anything, or even wrong about anything relevant to the drama he's trying to create. Now, the first thing Mythical did was imply that I'm a fake person and that I was being fake to my friends. And to back up this point, he decided to use a screenshot of the YouTuber Enraged Page, who commented on A's video on me, saying that basically she feels like I'm more focused on growing my channel than I am growing my friendships, and that I'm coming across fake. So as soon as I heard that Mythical was framing Paige in this video, I messaged her without warning on Snapchat to ask her what she really thought of me and the point of me being fake. And as you can see on the screen right now, she doesn't think I'm fake at all, and is really angry at Mythical for bringing her into the drama and framing her, to the point she herself will be reporting the video, from which her point of view I totally understand. So we're 1 point in, and this video is already proven to be false. The video is titled No More Lies. What's wrong with you? The other thing Mythical did was basically imply that I was using the topic of suicide to win an argument, and that I'm a sick person for doing that. And this is where the video starts to get serious. This is where my happy face sort of disappears, because I'm gonna explain a story that I probably shouldn't be. But anyways, this guy is literally being so manipulative and is contradicting himself a lot in this video. So by Mythical's logic, if I'm a sick fuck for apparently using the topic of suicide to win an argument on Twitter, doesn't that make Mythical a sick fuck? Seeing he's quite clearly using the topic of suicide to imply that I'm being sick and trying to win an argument that he's making in this video. I mean, it's the same thing, Mythical, it's just on a different platform. Just because there's a lot less people on your Twitter doesn't mean less people are going to see it. Abe's video literally has all the screenshots, all the receipts he needs. It's definitely something worth thinking about, from an audience standpoint as well as mythicals. Now at this point, it really does get personal, like I said, and I'm about to release a story I should definitely not be put in public. So if you're a light-hearted person, don't take things like quite seriously and emotionally very well, I do advise clicking off the video now. Although if you guys want to stay here and see Mythical sliced open to his true colours, then feel free, because I've had enough of Mythical starting drama, saying his part, and then when people respond he doesn't like it and plays the victim. I mean, it's quite a reoccurring theme. But anyways, let's get up to speed. So at this point, I've proven that his way to show that I'm a fake friend didn't work, and I've shown that with screenshots, and also it's with the same person he tried to use to show I am fake. And now he's saying that I'm using suicide to win an argument, basically implying that I'm a sick person and don't take the topic of suicide seriously. Oh boy. So like I said, I spoke to Reese and Kieran, and they're not even sure. Like, Kieran is the funniest person I know. Like, have you seen his videos? But even he was speechless after I told him this story, and even he isn't sure I put this out public. But I've had enough. It's about time people know, or Mythical knows, that he's got me completely wrong as a person. So 2 years ago, I'd say 1.5 years ago to be sure, I was out in town with a friend who I'm not going to say his name or their name, his or hers, out of respect to him and his family. This friend of mine struggled with really bad mental health issues and wasn't the best at coping under pressure, although he always taught me to like laugh at stuff. Like, if you've got yourself in a mess, just laugh at it and then try and help focus and deal with it. But the one thing that really stuck with me that he told me was a quote he spoke to me. The quote was, "Don't throw a rock at anything or anyone in anger, because no amount of regret or apologies will get that rock back in your hand, and the damage will already be done." Now, this does actually have some relevance to Mythical, because from this point of view, Mythical has threw that rock. You know, the things he said and the video he's made are the rock. They're out of his hand. He's put it out there. And yeah. So, as I was saying, me and my friend were on a big green, which has a cliff face showing a beautiful like kind of harbour or like seafront. And at the bottom of the cliff were rocks, and everyone knew to be careful when at the edge of the cliff. It was a big drop. But my friend decided to sit at the edge of the cliff with his legs dangling off the edge, and he randomly said to me, "Wouldn't it be funny if I jumped off here and died?" To which I replied, "No, that's not funny, and please don't say those things, because I've already lost a friend to suicide before." And yeah, like I said, this already had my heart pumping. It's almost like deja vu from when I lost a friend to suicide before, and I didn't want it happening again. I walked towards him saying, "Please stand up and come over here," because around 5 minutes after, he had said, "On a reel, I want to jump." And he replied, "No, don't walk towards me or I will jump." And at this point, he went from maybe sounding like he was trying to have a laugh to like, this guy really does want to end his life here. And at this point, I was upset and worried, and I was starting to get really, really like worried and paranoid and anxious. We actually had planned to meet up with friends, but it would be another 45 minutes at that point until they showed up. And in my head, I was like, I can't ring these people and tell them out loud to hurry up and explain what was going on. So I texted them what was going on instead. My friend said, "Put your phone away or I'll jump." Because my friend, I'm guessing at this point, just didn't want anyone here. Didn't want any any exposure to the situation. And at this point, I was going to do anything this guy said just so he wouldn't jump. So I put the phone in my pocket, but I'm an idiot and didn't able to get the message sent in time. Meaning at that point it was just me and my friend with an empty surrounding and nobody inside. It sounds like a horror story, but this is genuinely what happened. Oh, shit. I don't want to explain the rest of the story, but come on. I'm strong enough. I was petrified. Tears genuinely were running on my face at this point. Like, they were genuinely running down my face at this point, which some people who are just inconsiderate will laugh because I got upset and cried, but I literally couldn't care, because if you guys do, it just shows how light-hearted you guys can be for anyone that wants to hate on this. But anyways, I was there literally begging my friend to get up from the edge of the cliff and walk towards me, and I literally was doing this for like half an hour, begging him, explaining that it's not worth it, because it really isn't. Suicide is never the answer to anything. And for some reason, the more I failed to persuade him, the more my body was telling me, you've got to go and grab this person quickly, otherwise he's going to end his life. And in a short, kind of like blinking moment, my body just literally forced me forward towards him. I took around 2 steps, maybe even 1.5, and he saw me running, like walking towards him. He just jumped. He literally just jumped, and I literally had to stand there and witness my friend potentially end his life at this point. And I literally couldn't even find out why. And I don't want to go too into detail, but to show how graphic this really was, I could literally hear the thump. I heard a bang, like a clap or anything. I heard something, and it must have just been his body literally just hitting the bottom. Oh, fuck's sakes, man. And the first thing I did was ring my friend's mother to get them to the location as soon as possible, and I rang the ambulance straight after, and I literally begged them to get to the location even quicker. And as I sat there patiently waiting, I without sounding like, I don't even know, but I already knew that the chances of my friend surviving were little to none. There was a small part of my mind which already knew that my friend was dead. It would be a miracle. At that point, it would have been an absolute miracle for my friend to survive. And even if he did, there's no way he would be able to walk for a while. He would be in hospital for ages. And I was literally about to break inside. The ambulance arrived and took the steps, and so when you walk down the path, there were some steps that you can go down to the level underneath us, and there was another like pathway underneath that you could also view the cliff, but it led to the bottom of the cliff. Big steps, as it was a big drop. And me and my friend's mother, the father wasn't around. We sat at the top, trying to console each other and trying to tell each other they'll be alright, and I couldn't help but think like it's over. But I was literally hanging on to any hope, knowing that my friend was strong inside. He would fight everything to the very end. And around about 5 minutes later, the doctors from the ambulance had came up and confirmed. Oh shit. They had confirmed that there was no heartbeat and no pulse, and they couldn't feel him or see him breathing. And at that point, it had finally hit me. I had just seen with my own two eyes my best friend, who like had taught me so much about life, commit suicide right in front of me. The doctors had told me, because at the time I was around 15, they had told me to just go home because I'd witnessed enough and it was going to traumatise me. They even warned me that there was a chance I might not sleep tonight. And they were right. But I ran home. I got home, genuinely ran straight into my room, and I didn't tell anyone. My mum asked me what was wrong. I said I just had a bad day, and that everything was going to be fine. Even to this day, not my mum, my family know the story. The only two people I've told are Reese and Kieran, and bearing in mind I've only had the courage to tell them in the last 2 days. And now it's gotten to a point where I'm seriously having to put this out publicly to show Mythical to be the scumbag he really is. Now I'm going to get onto that in a moment, but the point I'm making is that I've genuinely witnessed suicide with my own two eyes around about 7 meters in front of me. And I've had to deal with it all myself, as I didn't get therapy or counselling, as I kept it to myself. And now we're at a point where Mythical will genuinely claim, not even assume, claim that I would manipulate the topic of suicide to win an argument. Oh shit. At the end of the day, sorry, I knew this could happen. I knew I'd get upset making this video. I'm not even done there. A person in my live chat a few weeks ago, which once again I'm not going to say their name, came into my live chat. They were in my live chat for about 5 minutes. I was speaking to them, they seemed okay, and then all of a sudden they put, "I'm going to end it all." And the first thing I did was stop my gameplay and spammed a suicide helpline from Google on the NHS webpage. I think it was the first thing I found was the NHS one, because obviously NHS are huge in the UK, and they have a suicide helpline. First thing I did was spam it in my live chat, and me and some help from other people in the live chat were able to stop this person from committing suicide, and they confirmed that they were going to carry on with their life. So anyone that was in the live stream that day, you guys should be fucking proud of yourselves. You guys genuinely should be super proud of yourselves. You stopped someone from ending their life, and you guys helped me persuade someone that suicide's not the answer. After that stream, I genuinely did get very emotional, because it reminded me of my friend, a year and a half ago, and it made me realise maybe I'm actually turning a lot in, I'm improving as a person, because back then I wasn't able to persuade my friend to not, sit on the cliff anymore and to come over, but I failed. And now with some help from other people, I've managed to stop someone from ending my life. This person now calls me one of his favourite YouTubers. Bearing in mind there are some great YouTubers out there, and for that it just means more to me than anything. One more thing. During Mythical's live stream, specifically called John Wick playing Fortnite, Tsunami, or MVP Tsunami, or Adam, had his main account banned, or he assumed he did because he had it before. So he used a second account because he was going to ask Mythical about the beef anyway, but he decided why not, get a third point of view, kind of from like a fan's perspective, and asked Mythical about the drama that happened a few weeks ago, around about the same time Mythical had cancelled MVP versus Vortex. And like I said, he asked him about the drama between MVP to get an honest and raw response from Mythical. And Mythical, in his own words, said, "It's really getting to a point where it's affecting my mental health." And further evidence to support all of this is in Lieutenant. It's in Lieutenant's Discord. In the drama chat specifically, when Noah was being racist towards Adam's religion and said he was going to blow up Mythical's house, Mythical replied saying, "This is why I want to quit it all," and when I DM'd him straight away, telling him suicide isn't the way to go, he replied, "I need to be alone," and stuff like that for 10 minutes and stuff like that. And it really did worry everyone. Adam, or Tsunami, put in the MVP group chat at the time, before we got rid of that group chat, that he's put, in his own words, not gonna lie, if Mythical kills himself, it'll be sad, and not the sad in like the kind of like pathetic sad, like genuinely it would be upsetting. And I completely agree with him, and that's what gave me the motivation to actually make my video titled "No More Drama." In that video, I specified that Mythical felt suicidal, and I know Mythical watched the video, and in the video I said Mythical, like if anyone's struggling with mental health, I put a suicide prevention kind of like link in the description, and I'm going to get onto that soon. But yeah, anyways, Mythical, in his video titled "The Truth," he claimed that he didn't mean suicide, and what he actually meant that he wanted to quit his channel, which is why he made the whole argument about me faking or manipulating suicide to make him look bad, and that I'm a sick person for lying. This really annoyed me, because I literally have a screenshot from that night in Lieutenant's Discord that shows what a nasty, lying prick Mythical really is. I'm not even going to talk over it. Here it is. This guy literally said, right, that this is why I want to quit my life. Life. My man said life, meaning he wanted to quit everything, and being alive wasn't what he wanted. To spell it out even more, this guy said he didn't want to be alive anymore, linking to him potentially wanting to commit suicide. So let me get you all up to date. After I expose him very badly in my video called "Dear Mythical, you got #baited" video, he says, "I don't want drama anymore as it's affecting my mental health," which was, like I said, in his John Wick playing Fortnite stream. And when Noah is being harsh towards Mythical, he pretty much says he wants to end his life, and that he wants to quit life, in his own words. Although when he's the one 2 weeks later starting drama with the same people, even though he said it made him feel depressed, etc., he claims he only meant his channel, when weeks ago he literally said he wanted to quit his own life. To support my end of this argument even more, after Mythical said he wanted to quit life, I messaged him saying it'll all be okay and stuff. He said thank you, and we squashed the beef and left it at that. So surely, if he only wanted to quit his so surely, right, if he only wanted to quit his channel back then, meaning like, because seeing as he's saying that he only meant his channel, if that's what he really meant, then surely he would have let me know at some point he only meant his channel, not his own life. Like, any sane person would have been like, "Oh, actually, you've got this all wrong. I only meant I wanted to quit my channel. Sorry for worrying you." So this genuinely leads to two possibilities, and no more than two, right? Number one being that Mythical did feel suicidal and then changed his mind, which, after what I'm going to tell you later on, I don't believe one bit. And that Mythical was a fucking sick and vile human being for riding the attention and enjoying everyone feeling sorry for him, that he wouldn't let anyone know that he only meant his channel because he knew people would be angry at him or maybe give him less attention. Or two, Mythical is the most lying, hypocritical rat on the internet, seeing as this guy would use the topic of suicide to win an argument and fake being suicidal to win an argument, and then make an argument 2 weeks later. And on top of that, trying to make me look fucking horrendous when it's actually you that started bringing suicide into it in the first place. Now the reason I do think it's number 2 is because in January, during the beef with me and Mythical, Rooster, who at the time was kind of close to Mythical, I'm not saying he was Mythical's friend. Rooster's always been a neutral person. He's being neutral now, and I respect that. But Rooster made a group chat with him, him, and Mythical to try and sort out all the drama. But me and Mythical literally had an argument, which I'm not going to say who's to blame because I can't remember too rightly. But this guy literally told me to kill myself, and that he would like tell me to suck my own nan or something like that. But yeah, Reese remembers him saying that, and Reese was definitely the one in the group chat, which I realised this after I tried to confirm it with Reese. But yeah, Reese was definitely there on the night, and yeah, and in Mythical's podcast, he literally said he regretted saying that, and the only thing I could have me on was the screenshots and the thing on Discord, which he even said, I believe, on his ETB on me, which I'll confirm after this video probably. But yeah, basically Mythical had admitted that the one thing I could have had him on was the Discord the Discord conversation where he told me to kill myself, and yeah, and it kind of just like brings to my attention that if Mythical's able to, you know, tell someone to kill themselves, then he doesn't take suicide very seriously, as he thinks that's a way of ending an argument. I mean, that's just me. I'm not trying to manipulate anything here, but I mean, let's just add the dots here, and it's kind of like if you regretted saying that, which you admitted on your podcast after that video and after the screenshots had been taken and stuff like that, surely you'd be more sensitive towards the topic of suicide and would do everything you can to avoid bringing it in. Because, like, put it this way, Mythical knows that whenever he talks about suicide now, people will talk about the screenshots where Mythical told me to kill myself, and it really does bring knobhead to my mouth. Like, how dare you try and ruin my credibility and say that I would use suicide to win an argument when you've told me to commit suicide yourself, admitted that you regretted it, and now you try to claim that do you know what this guy hurts my head. At the end of the day, boys and girls, I think the main thing we've established from this is that Mythical is a lying rat. I'm doing this without my script. I wrote a script to help me with this video because I'm not trying to like look for sympathy. This video isn't me trying to look for sympathy, but I wrote a script to help me with this video because I have been struggling a lot. Like, you guys don't understand, I've literally had to rethink everything. I've had to rethink every little detail of that story I told you earlier, and it hurts. I haven't slept in ages. I've slept maybe the night before we left, but that's before I knew what Mythical said in the video. That's probably the last time I slept, and it's just like I was at the lowest point of my life when my friend had committed suicide that night, and I've worked so hard to get past that time, and it's gotten to a point where he's trying to call the suicidal card, which there is nothing wrong with feeling suicidal, and there's nothing wrong with feeling depressed and feeling like giving up is the only way. When you're lying about it, or at least putting yourself in a position where either way you look like a scumbag, it really does anger me. And it won't just anger me. Mythical is now putting himself in a position where he has to think of that third possibility that I mentioned earlier. Otherwise, his rep is finished, and that's not even me trying to ruin his rep. I'm trying to clear my own name, which I feel like I've done successfully. So, on that brief, fleeting moment, I saw that quote somewhere, and it's quite nice. But I'm going to wrap it up here. I know Mythical's not going to watch to this point. He might skip to the end, but he hasn't watched. I don't think he's watched all of it. And if he has, then fair enough. But yeah. Also, I just want to bring out a quick shout out to Ave. He made a video, and I was actually a really big fan of it. If you want to see it, go check it out. It's on Ave's channel, and basically, he has all the receipts, all the screenshots, and I was a really big fan of the video. So with that being said, shout out to you, shout out to Reese for being neutral as well. I know he's an MVP member, but he's being neutral, and he's honestly helped me so much. Like, Reese doesn't lie about things, and I'm not even gonna be a pussy. I'm not even gonna be a pussy. I admit that when I was explaining the story to the first person ever, which was Reese, I did break down, I did get upset, I did get teary, because suicide for me is not a joke, and I take it very, very seriously. So Mythical, you're either lying about feeling suicidal, or you're too grateful for the attention to man up and admit that you weren't suicidal. Either way, you're lying about suicide. So you're a fucking disgusting human being, and I don't want anything to do with you. Now, like I said, this video isn't meant to be like an Uno reverse card, but I do honestly, I'm not even trying to sound big or like big up anything, but I honestly do predict Mythical to get a lot of hate, because I know he is, he said to Reese that he will be making a response, and no matter what, if I make a video, which to me, honestly, I back up Ave on this point. He's just clout chase. I'm not trying to say that MVP are huge. Like, he could make a video on KSI and probably get more views, which is another thing actually. I know I said I was going to wrap up a second ago, but let me just bring up this point, right? He literally said in his video that, oh, you guys say I'm clout chasing, I don't need drama to get views, and shows that his top 4 most viewed videos are non-drama related. But let me remind you that his next like 6 or 7 videos are drama, and I'm going to show that screenshot on the screen as well. And it's just such a funny thing to look at. Anyways, with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I know this video will get hate because Mythical, I mean, I don't care what anyone says. Mythical has alternate accounts. I mean, I don't care. I really don't care at this point. It's a fact. For me, I think it's 100% true. But yeah. Anyways, this has been a very difficult video to record. It's taken me days. Not only have I not had Wi-Fi, but genuinely I've been debating this in my head. I've been talking to Reese on the phone saying that, look, do I make this video or not? But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new around here. And yeah, as always, take care and bye bye.